about any freshmen you're looking for? Any guys in particular that you got your eyes on?
I mean, how can you not talk about Juju McDowell after all of the, and this is, I mean, this is not a guy I would have told you at the beginning of fall camp that I was looking for, because honestly, offensively, like, I mean, maybe Omega Blake, maybe, but you haven't heard about him. But man, I mean, everybody is talking about Juju McDowell. You've got the numbers. What is his? Okay, 5'9", 177. You know who he kind of reminds me of? He's not this small, but I was looking like a Bryce Sherman. Is he like the Shermanator?
You were about to say Jarvis Giles.
No.
Me and these guys over here saw the Pavlovs way too much.
Why would I compare every player to like one of the biggest I hate to say biggest busts, but I mean, come on. Either way, but no, Juju McDowell, everybody's been talking about him. Certainly a guy that, I mean, he's been ranting and raving, and Satterfield talked about him and all the players. I mean, you have to feel like that means something. Like he'll be involved in some type of way. Defensively, again, well, the thing is like most of the new guys are transfers. Yeah. So
we don't have that many true actual freshmen.
Well, it's because, obviously Shane Beamer comes in December, and, it's not really his class, and you're signing 13 grad transfers. And I'll tell you this, to the kid on the defensive line, Nicholas Barrett, I think? Yeah. Nick Barrett, I think he's a guy. And again, the only reason you probably won't hear much from him is because, I mean, he's on a position that is just loaded with talent. So he won't play a ton, but maybe he could be like this year's Tonka Hemingway, where it's exactly. I thought Tonka had a very good freshman year. I thought he was very solid.
That's a guy that nobody's talking about too.
You're so loaded that position, it doesn't matter, right? I mean, you don't have to talk about him.
So one more, again, you kind of hit on my Nicholas Barrett. If you followed any of my podcasts, I've been talking about this guy literally for over a year and a half since he's committed. The guy is underrated as the day is long. The fact of the matter is, with COVID hitting last year, there were no camps around. It was a great thing for us. This guy goes to camp, he absolutely blows up. I've talked to the coaches. Barrett was our number one guy last year in this recruiting class. He should have been a top 100 guy. He's not. Great defensive tackle. He's going to bring depth. Obviously, the injury with Rick Sandage, it helps that you got a guy coming in like Barrett that can step
if you're gonna have an injury happen, you don't want it to ever happen, but we're in a position where you're deep, right? Yeah. I mean, that's it's a luxury when you're that deep.
So I'm going to talk about another defensive lineman too, TJ Sanders. I don't use the word in love, but I think this guy has got mega potential. The way he's got length on the defensive end. If you watch his film, absolutely just sound football player. Literally point of attack. Closes. I mean, he does everything the right way. He even tackles well too. It's hard. Defensive linemen usually want to like grab you by your pads and like throw you down, like literally just like a gorilla. Like, I'm gonna throw you down. He tackles the right way too. Right. TJ Sanders is a guy you got to keep your eye on. Nicholas Barrett. I'm high on two guys on the defensive line. And again, I don't know if you're going to see their name that much this year because of the fact we've got such a good defensive line rotation.